Good evening, everyone. My name is Victoria Midmer. I'm head teacher of Sunnyview School. I would like to welcome students, parents, relatives, and the staff and directors of Sunnyview School to our Year 13 graduation ceremony. Our graduates are waiting patiently but nervously to come into the room, so let's not make them wait any longer. Let's give them a big round of applause to our 2023 Year 13 graduates. Please welcome María Adanero Serralvo, Aitana Botella Luque, Hug Prienes, Armando Chocrón Faraj, Roberto Díaz Rincón Cobo, Liam George Gelso, Marcos González del Cid, Pablo Herrera Martínez, Sofía Nora Jiménez Martín, José Antonio Jiménez Nilarcam, Nikolai Kosberg, Marcus Otto Kralklis, Joel Onai Samuel Kilmama, Harshita Narendra Lachandani Nakwani, Sean Lawson, Chi-Chan Lin, Blanca Muriel González, Rubén Puig Ventas, María Romero Cabrera, William Shenstrom Cano, Vlada Simakova, Beatriz Jane Walker Barbadillo, Shuilang Zen Zhang Zhang, So, on this special occasion, we celebrate the success of our young graduates at the end of our journey, at the end of their journey with us, reflecting on the years spent at our school, whilst looking forward to starting a new chapter in their lives. All members of staff, whether teaching or non-teaching, have worked hard together to enable the goals of our students to be achieved, as our desire is to prepare our students not only for academic excellence, but also to equip them with skills for life. Please put your hands together in thanking our staff for their daily commitment to our students and our school. So Year 13, before you make your speeches, I'd like to say a few words to you all. Now, many of you have been incredible ambassadors for the school. It has been wonderful for us to see you grow into the mature young adults you are now. You have shown extraordinary resilience in the last few years, especially when faced with a pandemic, and particularly when you had to deal with your GCSE exams being cancelled. Obviously then you would have been worried about your AS levels and what the future was going to hold. But you all proved your ability and sprang back when times were tough. And above all else, you supported each other. You are all embarking on a new adventure now, one which will bring many successes, but it won't always be easy. And there will be times when you will be tested. And when those times come, if you are able to face them with the confidence that you will and can get through them, and if you are willing to learn from those experiences, then you will acquire new skills to succeed in life, building your resilience. I imagine you all know who Malala Yousafzai is. She's an activist for female education and the youngest ever Nobel Prize laureate. Malala Yousafzai was born in the Swat Valley in Pakistan on the 12th of July 1997. Her father was a teacher and ran a girls' school in her village, where Malala was a pupil. When she was just 11 years old, the Taliban movement took control of the valley. Girls were banned from attending school, and cultural activities such as dancing and watching television were prohibited. Suicide attacks were widespread. By the end of 2008, the Taliban had destroyed about 400 schools. Determined to go to school and with a firm belief in her right to an education, Malala spoke out publicly on behalf of girls and their right to learn, and began to blog anonymously on the Urdu language site of the BBC. However, it wasn't long before the Taliban threatened Malala's life. In 2012, at just 15 years of age, a Taliban gunman boarded Malala's school bus and shot her in the head. Incredibly, she survived, but she had to flee to England and live in exile there. After months of surgery and rehabilitation, she joined her family in their new home in Birmingham in the UK. For the first time since being shot, she made a public appearance on July the 12th, 2013, on her 16th birthday, and she addressed an audience of 500 at the United Nations in New York City. In her speech, Malala called for the equal right to education for children all over the world and became a symbol of this cause. In the same year, Malala was awarded the United Nations Human Rights Prize, which is awarded every 5 years. Soon after, Malala and her father set up a charity dedicated to giving every girl the opportunity to receive free, safe, quality education. The organisation currently supports 58 advocates working across several different countries. In the same year, Malala was named a Nobel Peace Prize winner. At just 17, she became the youngest person to receive this prestigious award. Following this, an American documentary film made Malala internationally famous. In 2018, she went on to study a degree at the University of Oxford in philosophy, politics, and economics. She continues to travel to many countries to meet girls fighting poverty, wars, child marriage, and gender discrimination, and to empower these girls to become agents of change in their respective communities. So why am I telling you Malala's story, you're probably wondering? Well, because Malala showed, and still shows, incredible courage in the face of adversity. Even her near death didn't faze her. In fact, in her biography, whilst recovering from the assassination attempt, she explains, "It was then that I knew I had a choice. I could live a quiet life, or I could make the most of this new life I had been given. I was determined to continue my fight until every girl could go to school." Who would have said that Malala could achieve so much? Or indeed that Malala could inspire so many people? Who would have thought Malala would end up studying at one of the world's most prestigious universities? Malala's passion drove her through the tough times. Her persistence compelled her to carry on, no matter what. Why? Because she believed in herself and in her ability to achieve her goals, despite the drawbacks. So, year 13, no matter what your goal is, stick at it and don't give up. Be courageous, as Malala was, even if sometimes you have setbacks. Whatever you do, persist, because, as our school motto says, You never fail until you stop trying. I'd like to read you a short poem now called Succeed by Julie Hebert. Congratulations, you did it. Now on to the next chapter of your life. It won't always be a bed of roses, but think positive and work through that strife. Each time we move on to something different, we should hold our expectations high. Try not to be disappointed, but see all the good, so you'll grow strong and we'll watch you fly. We wish you all the best in the future. May it be everything you want and need. We know great things will come your way. You all have what it takes to succeed. Now, I'm going to invite our Year 13 students to come up onto the stage, one by one, and say a few words if they would like to. So let's make a start. María Adenero Serralvo. Now, I'm sure while I was talking for all this time, they were probably all going through the words in their head they had to say. Maria started at Sunnyview School in 2017. She has completed her studies in A-level French, n'est-ce pas? Spanish, Geography and Business, and is intending to study data analysis in the Universidad Autónoma de Madrid. Now, just a little anecdote about Maria, which some of you might not know. Maria apparently hasn't had much luck with the school fountains, and she has split her lip twice drinking from the fountain without filling up your bottle, Maria. Is that true? Oh dear. Take it away, Maria.
The only thing I can say is that thank you to everyone I met here and say that I'm really proud of all of you. I want to say thank you to all my teachers and classmates, and Sunnyview made me realize how lucky I am. Y ahora quiero agradecerlo en español para que se entere mi abuela, que está ahí sentada, y que realmente vea lo feliz que está su nieta de haber conocido a todas estas personas tan increíbles. Y me da mucha pena tener que irme y pensar que no voy a volver, pero al final la vida son etapas y no puedo estar más feliz de haber vivido esta con todos vosotros.
Thank you, Maria. Aitana Botella Luque. Aitana started at Sunnyview School in 2008. She has completed her studies in A-level French, oui, c'est vrai, non? Spanish, Geography and Business, and is hoping to study hospitality management in Le Roche, Marbella. I've been told that over the years, Aitana, that you've had a tendency to choose school equipment. Or was it your own equipment, such as pencils, pens, Tipp-Ex? Were they tasty? No, not really, not really. I also know that Aitana is studying B2 Chinese out of school, as well as all of the other languages she knows. You certainly like languages, don't you? Yes, you do. Off you go.
Buenas tardes a todos. Sinceramente, no creo que haya llegado este día de despedirme del colegio, mejor dicho, mi segunda casa. Entré siendo un bebé de 2 años y me voy saliendo como una mujer de 17. Para mí, este colegio ha sido una segunda casa donde no solo he aprendido, pero he conocido a personas maravillosas que me llevo para toda la vida. Me gustaría agradecer a todos mis profesores por confiar en mí y hacer de ese colegio un sitio más especial. A mis compañeros Pablo, Blanca, William, María, Roberto y Nico, por cuidarme, entre comillas, y quererme todos los días. Sobre todo, en este día tan especial, me gustaría agradecérselo a mi abuelo aquí presente y a mi abuela Ana, que eso va por ella, y gracias a los dos por haberme dado esta oportunidad y haber hecho todo posible.
Uk Briones. I did pronounce that correctly, didn't I? Good, good. Now, Uk joined Sunnyview School in 2019. He has completed his studies in A-level economics, geography and business, and is intending to study international business at Hans University in the Netherlands. Now, Uk apparently strives to be the new Elon Musk. Is that true?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less, more or less. That's good. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I have not prepared a speech, but I wish everyone the best with their studies and their careers later. And that's about it.
Armando Chocron Farage. No. Okay. Although Armando isn't here, I'm going to read what I've got here so that he can listen to it afterwards in the recording. So Armando started at Sunnyview School in 2008. He's completed his studies in A-level mathematics, physics and chemistry, and is intending to study physics and chemistry at the Bar-Ilan University of Israel. And so this is for him when he sees the video afterwards. I've been told that despite having his own car, he would never arrive on time and sometimes skipped enrichment. There you go, Armando. Roberto Díaz Rincón Cobo. So Roberto has completed his studies in A-level geography, Spanish, business and economics, and is intending to study hospitality and business management in Les Roches, Marbella. Now, Roberto, I won't say anything about arriving late to the airport. I won't say that, okay, with the school trip. I won't say that. I've got something else instead. But you got there, didn't you? So that's a good thing. You did get there. Now, Roberto, apparently you like a good water fight at school. Can we still give detentions, Mr. Roldan, or is that not now? Is it too late? Okay, so yeah, enough said.
So just like Uk, I haven't really prepared a speech, so I just want to give a special thank you to everyone for joining me throughout this journey. I'm very thankful because they've all helped me develop as a person, and a special thank you to my parents for allowing me this opportunity to come here and develop throughout the Sunnyview curriculum.
Liam George Gelson. Liam joined us in 2019. He has completed his studies in A-level Spanish, mathematics, physics and biology, and is intending to study mechanical engineering in Eindhoven University in the Netherlands. And Liam, I haven't got anything to say. Oh, wish I did have.
All right, well, just to keep this train going, I haven't prepared much either, but I'd like to give a big round of applause to 3 people in particular. First of all, Miss Culverson and Miss Brown for being the best teachers I've ever had. And finally, big shout out to Miss Allison for always being on the student side, and an even bigger round of applause for her. Thank you very much.
Marcos González del CID. Marcos started at Sunnyview School in 2008. He has completed his studies in A-level Spanish, mathematics, geography and history, and is intending to study business at a university in Spain. Marcos, take it away.
I have been in Sunnyview all my life, therefore today is a sad day for me, but I take with me all the good and countless memories. I would like to thank my classmates and my teachers for the patience, especially to Mr. Wright and Alison. Ahora quería agradecer a la gente que quiero, en español, a mis amigos que están hoy presentes, que siempre están conmigo en las buenas y en las malas, a mis abuelos, porque los quiero mucho y porque me han apoyado mucho este último año, a mi hermano, que siempre también está ahí y la persona con la que más hablo y la primera persona a la que acudo para un problema, a mis padres por aguantarme también, sobre todo a mi madre por su dulzura, por la forma de querer y por concentrarme en los buenos detalles y no preocuparme por los problemas, mi padre por lo que me enseña y por lo que me queda por aprender. Muchas gracias.
Pablo Herrera Martínez. Pablo started at Sunnyview School in 2008. He has completed his studies in A-level Spanish, business and IT, and is intending to study computer engineering in Madrid. All yours.
Good evening, everyone. Let me take out my speech. Okay, so today marks a milestone in our lives. We gather here to celebrate the years of hard work, dedication, and growth. For some of us, this journey has been especially unique and remarkable, as we had the privilege of spending 15 years within Sunnyview. 15 years of schooling may be like an eternity to some, but as I look back, I realize how quickly time has flown by. From the day we nervously stepped into kindergarten, to this very moment. I would like to thank my teachers for pushing me to do better till the end. Also, a huge thanks to my parents for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to study at this school. Also, it's going to be hard to leave the waking up every week and being greeted by all my friends. I won't go into much detail, but I'm going to miss them a lot. Thank you.
Sofía Nora Jiménez Martín. Sophia started at Sunnyview School in 2007. She has completed her studies in A-level Spanish, mathematics, further mathematics, physics and IT, and is intending to study engineering in Trinity College, Dublin. Sophia, do you like telling jokes? Sometimes, because I've been told that if it weren't for you wanting to become an engineer, you could have easily become a stand-up comedian. Are you going to tell a joke now? No, okay.
I just wanted to give a quick thank you to all of the most important people during this past year, starting with Ms. Brown for always trying to bring a dynamic environment and entertaining classes, and then to Mr. B for being the most positive soul to walk this earth and for helping me get through the IT theory, which was already hard enough. And then I wanted to thank Ms. Davey for making me really love further math classes and being something I look forward to instead of something I dread, to the point where it's my favorite class. And then I must also give some credit to Alba for being the best classmate I could have ever asked for. And then Vlada, of course, for putting up with me consistently for the past 4 years and for never failing to put a smile on my face, no matter what. And of course, finally, to my parents for being my biggest cheerleaders and for always pushing me to do better. Yeah.
José Antonio Jiménez Nilarcán. José Antonio started at Sunnyview School in 2008. He has completed his studies in A-level Spanish, economics and IT, and is intending to study applied computer sciences in Karel de Groot's Hodge School, University of Belgium. José, I've heard you sometimes like daydreaming in class. Is that true? Maybe. Okay. Over to you.
Hello? Hello? Okay. It's crazy, yeah? I've been in this school like for all my life. All my life. I basically grew up here in this school with all my friends and family. It's crazy to see how much time passes quickly. You don't even notice it, right? Like, I woke up today, I didn't know I was graduating today. Crazy. Anyways, enough of that. I want to thank everyone who keeps supporting me, the school, my family, my grandparents up there, my parents, and all my friends have been supporting all this way. Thank you very much.
Nikolai Korsberg. Nikolai joined our school in 2017. He has completed his studies in A-level Spanish, geography and business, and is going to become self-employed in real estate. Take it away.
Well, I just wanted to give a thank you to the teachers and the classmates for all the memories. And a special thank you to my parents for supporting me and making all my packed lunches. And that's pretty much it.
Marcus Otto Krauklis. So Marcus joined us in 2021. He has completed his studies in A-level mathematics, economics and history, and is intending to study economics and business in the Stockholm School of Economics. Marcus, is it true that you grew your hair so you could wear AirPods throughout the day and nobody would notice?
I'm not disclosing it. It's my secret.
Sorry?
My secret. I'm not disclosing it.
Ah, okay.
So first of all, I wanted to thank all of my teachers that came forward and helped me with any questions or issues that I've ever had. I also wanted to thank my classmates that welcomed me in the school and even made my last 2 school years one of the most fun and entertaining I've ever had. And ultimately, I wanted to say how much I appreciate it and appreciate my close ones for giving me the opportunity to study here, for always believing in me and supporting me with whatever I do in my life. Also, good luck to all of you in your future journeys. Yeah, that's it.
Joel Oni Samuel Kimmama. Joel joined us in 2020. He has completed his studies in A-level Spanish, English literature and history, and is intending to study English literature and culture in the University of Amsterdam. It seems that Joel would somehow find a way to relate everything in English literature lessons to Marxism, no matter what. Is that right?
Perhaps.
Yeah, I think it is.
Hello. The first 19 years of my life have finally come to a close. It has been very interesting so far. I've made friends spanning across 5 continents. In the opening stages of my life, I wanted to be a train driver, then an engineer. But digging deeper, I realized literature was more fun. Though I still don't have the faintest clue of what I'll work as, in the denouement of this speech, I'd like to extend special thanks to all the teachers throughout my journey, and especially to Mr. McKean and Ms. MacDonald. And to show how much of a literature nerd I am, I will end with a quote by Oscar Wilde and a poem. The quote goes like this: "I love to talk about nothing. It's the only thing I know anything about." It has to be one of my favorite quotes. And then the poem, although it may seem dark, for some reason in literature lessons, I have found meaning, or a positive meaning, in everything. It is entitled Desperation. I'm staring into its maw, its insatiable and hopeless maw. I'm staring into its maw, its greedy, despair-filled maw. I feel I have no escape, nobody to turn to, with life so close, yet so far. Everywhere I turn, I see the quenchless maw, in the hopeless abyss where everything is amiss. I'll defy the darkness, finding Irene's bliss. Thank you.
Harshita Narendra Lanchandani Jagwani. Harshita started at Sunnyview School in 2009. She has completed her studies in A-level Spanish, mathematics, biology and chemistry, and is intending to study medicine in the University of Malaga. Harshita, apparently, you are that one friend who, despite all these years at school, has never once sent a legible text message. That's what I've been told.
Okay, so firstly, I just want to say I'm very nervous, but I'm not very good at speeches, but I just like to say thank you to my parents and to my whole family, my teachers and my classmates for helping me through every part of this journey. And yeah, thank you.
Sean Larson. Sean joined Sunnyview School in 2021. He has completed his studies in A-level mathematics, physics, biology and IT, and is intending to study data science in the IT University of Copenhagen. I've heard that Sean shows his competitive side whenever the ping pong ball is taken away from him. Is that true?
I might be.
Yeah, maybe.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. As like many others, I have not prepared a speech, but I'll give a quick, simple speech. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to all the staff, and especially the teachers who have taught me. Secondly, I want to thank my parents and my family that are sat over there for supporting me, especially my mama for the food. And lastly, thank you to all my classmates that made the year in Sunnyview, and I wish them the best of luck in Sunnyview.
Chaishin Lin, Alba. Okay, so Chaishan started at Sunnyview School in 2021. She has completed her studies in A-level chemistry, mathematics, further mathematics and Spanish, and is intending to study mathematics and finance in the University of Glasgow. Now, I've been told that you've fallen asleep a couple of times in maths and further maths lessons. I won't say anything else.
Hi everyone, I'm Lin Jiaxing Alba. Thanks to Miss Davy, Mr. Lechambria and Alison, and my classmates, especially Sophia, for helping me in Mechanics 3, and Harshita for helping me in Chemistry. If it was not for your help, I wouldn't have achieved or have achieved till today. 然后我还想感谢一下我的家人和我的朋友，感谢你们在我最难的时候帮助我。Finally, I wish all the best for everyone.
Blanca Muriel González. Blanca started at Sunnyview School in 2008. She has completed her studies in A-level Spanish, mathematics, biology and chemistry, and is intending to study dentistry in the Universidad Complutense de Madrid. Apparently, Blanca's detailed notes and summaries have saved many of you from failing countless times. That's what I've been told. No?
I want to say thank you to the school, which has been like a second home for me for the past 15 years, and not coming back in September terrifies me, but I'm also looking forward for this new stage in my life, which would have not been possible without the help of all my teachers, from kindergarten all the way to year 13, and my friends, and of course my parents for supporting me in every step I have made. It has been a very difficult year for everyone, and I can't believe it is over, but I will never forget all the incredible memories I have made in Sunnyview.
Rubén Puig Vendas. Rubén started at Sunnyview School in 2016. He has completed his studies in A-level mathematics, physics, Spanish and IT, and is intending to study software engineering in la Escuela Técnica Superior de Málaga. Rubén carries out physics experiments in his free time, apparently, such as seeing what happens if you jump on the spot on a moving train. Is that true? Yeah, I thought it might be.
I would like to thank everyone that supported me in school. Especially to Mrs. Pettis, since she has been a great support throughout these 7 years, and she has taught me 7 years English. Y también querría agradecerle a 3 personas muy importantes en mi vida. La primera es mi padre, que aunque no haya podido estar aquí, es una persona que me ha apoyado mucho estos años y se ha sacrificado yendo fuera del país para permitirme el lujo de poder estudiar en un colegio tan privilegiado como este. Luego también a mi hermano, que llevo viviendo con él toda mi vida. Es una persona muy importante para mí y siempre hemos compartido los mismos gustos. Y por último, la persona más importante que tengo en mi vida y por la que daría absolutamente todo es mi madre, la cual ha hecho todo lo posible por garantizar mi seguridad y nada, te quiero mucho.
María Romero Cabrera. Maria started at Sunnyview School in 2009. She has completed her studies in A-level Spanish, mathematics, physics and chemistry, and is intending to study engineering in Trinity College, Dublin. Now, I've been told, Maria, that you have a wonderful calming influence on everyone around you. I'm sure that is helpful and useful, especially in exam periods, right? Yeah?
I have always been excited to finish school and enter a new chapter in my life, as it seems as never ending. But now that the time has arrived, I don't want to leave what has been my life for the last 14 years. I can't imagine September without walking through the school gates like every other year of my life. I want to say thank you to my teachers, starting from Ms. Danielle in reception to those up to year 13, to my classmates with whom I've shared all of these years with and have all of these memories, and to my family who have accompanied and supported me throughout this journey. Thank you.
William Shenstrom Cano. William started at Sunnyview School in 2008. He has completed his studies in A-level Spanish, business, geography and economics, and is intending to study marketing and investigation in the Universidad Autónoma de Madrid. Now, William, a little birdie told me that no matter the time of day, you will always be eating and asking for more food. Did you actually manage to get your homework done between eating? You did? Okay, that's good.
Hi, good afternoon. Dear parents, teachers, and friends, I want to take this moment to express my appreciation to each and every one of you, especially to my parents for your love and support who have been very important for my success, but most importantly, for all the food you've prepared. To my teachers, your dedication, guidance, and especially patience have to some extent made me interested in learning. And to my friends, if I weren't for you, my school journey would have been extremely different, and I'm extremely thankful for all the memories we have built together, especially the ping pong games. Thank you.
Vlada Simakova. Vlada started at Sunnyview School in 2009. She has completed her A-level studies in Spanish, business, English literature and art, and is intending to study global governance, economics and legal order in the Escuela Superior de Administración y Dirección de Empresas in Barcelona. Vlada, what am I going to say? I've heard that every time Vlada mentioned she liked certain actors, nobody ever agreed with her. Why? No, yeah.
So I'll try to make this as quick as possible because I could be saying thank you to all the teachers that I've had for the past 14 years for so long, but I'll keep it short. Firstly, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all the staff at Sunnyview, but most importantly to a few of my A-level teachers that made a huge difference. Mr. Jimenez, thank you for your patience and positivity. Ms. Mansell, thank you for always pushing me to do my best and always inspiring me in every art lesson. I'll definitely miss all the art lessons when I'm in uni. And lastly, to the two teachers that have made the last 3 years in school very special and actually made me want to go to class every single day, Ms. McDonald and Mr. McKean. Yeah, so you made me love the subject that was not my favorite, and I'm so grateful for that. You made every single lesson fun, and I'll miss you guys so much. And I'll definitely miss all the discussions with Joel and Bea about different topics, but always relating it back to the lesson. But yeah, and most importantly, I'll miss my best friend, Sophia, and seeing you way outside of every single art lesson for me. And lastly, I'd like to say the biggest thank you to my family, мама и папа. Спасибо за вашу поддержку и за то, что вы мне даете пример, к чему стремиться. Я вас очень люблю. And lastly, to my sister, thank you for being my biggest support and always being there for me and being my best friend. I love you. And yeah, I wish the best of luck to all of you. Yeah, thank you.
Beatriz Jane Walker Barbadillo. Beatriz started at Sunnyview School in 2008. She has completed her studies in A-level Spanish, Geography, Economics and English Literature. And she's intending to study international relations in Leiden University in the Netherlands. Now, Beatriz, supposedly, while we were on the school trip in Rome, demonstrated great skills riding an electric scooter, I didn't know, through the complicated streets of Rome, which even caught the attention of Roman security. Beatriz has done a wonderful job this year as head prefect. And this is a difficult role to undertake as it involves excellent organisational skills, patience, and above all, being proactive. Well done.
Around 50 years ago, my grandma landed a job at Sunnyview, later becoming principal for 25 years. It was a time when girls were strictly wear white to graduation, and students would walk up on stage to the song Pomp and Circumstance by Edward Elgar. Then both of my parents started working here, and my uncle, and I got to hear so many graduation stories, making me want to go to one. Last year, I got to see my brother graduate, which for those who weren't there was quite the party. And now I get to see how my classmates and I, with mixed feelings, go through this rite of passage. My classmates and I, including ones who have left school before year 13, have been through so much together, including school trips such as Huelva and Rome. We've helped each other get through some difficult classes and prepare for exams. Some I have known since I went to guarderia, others since the first day of kindergarten, and the rest I met along the way. Many have come to my birthday parties, and while I may have spoken to some more than others, I have been incredibly lucky with this year group, even if we always haven't agreed on everything. They are some of the funniest, interesting, and intelligent people I have ever met, and not seeing them from 9 to 4 throughout September to June will be strange and something I'll miss. Of course, my teachers also play a big role in all of this. I would like to thank my sixth form teachers, starting from Ms. McDonald and Mr. McKean, who made English literature enjoyable, and with who not only was I allowed to share my fun facts about Judaism and explain why Oscar Isaac is better than Adam Sandler and Pedro Pascal, but learned that romantic poets also had cool lives, and was always encouraged to say what I think and to learn how to critically think. My Spanish teachers, Ms. Guevara, who also taught me French, Mr. Hidalgo, and Mr. Roland with Spanish, even though the A star wasn't as easy as I thought it would be to get. I had fun, and also I'm never seeing Ocho Apellidos Vascos in my life again. My geography teachers, who have been quite a few in these 2 years. Geography was arguably my favorite subject since I was 8 years old, and the class where I always had a reason to laugh in. Economics and Economía de la Empresa. No sabíamos si reír o llorar con todas las fórmulas o los graphs que había que aprenderse, pero con Mr. Jiménez lo conseguimos. Geografía con Mr. Hidalgo y Mr. Tirado. No creía que estuviera tan interesada en un huerto como el del colegio, pero gracias a ellos. Ms. Casti, who my job as a head prefect was easier thanks to. Alison, who made us watch TED Talks in enrichment, which at that moment we thought weren't necessary, but we always know she had the best intentions and roots for our success. Other teachers who have taught me, such as Mr. Toscano, Ms. Jiménez, cuya paciencia en la clase de historia de 4 a 5 era de admirar. Ms. Tamek, who made sure that before every final exam in year 9 we had a chocolate bar, and Mr. Edwards, and basically anyone who I've been a student of and who may not have been mentioned. Por último, quería agradecerle a mi padre, tanto como profe como padre, mi hermano y en especial a mi madre, que es mi modelo a seguir. Te quiero.
Shrilang San Sang. Shrilang started at Sunnyview School in 2008. He has completed his studies in A-level mathematics, physics, biology and chemistry, and is intending to study dentistry in the Universidad Complutense de Madrid. Apparently in year 11, when Miss Brown asked the class how their mock exams were going, most students replied, stressful, difficult, can't wait for them to end. But not Shrilang. Shrilang said, when there is immense pressure, diamonds are made. That could be a famous phrase in history.
First of all, thank you to everyone here. And I would like to say today, as we stand on a new chapter in our lives, I am overwhelmed with gratitude for the teachers who have guided us and supported us through our journey. To our beloved teachers, you have ignited a passion for learning with us and imparted knowledge that extends far beyond textbooks. We are grateful for the long hours, the patience, and the belief you've put in me. To my parents, your support and belief in our abilities has given us the confidence to overcome obstacles. We owe our successes and our potentials to you. We acknowledge the countless hours we have spent on us, shaping our career and teaching us the values that will guide us throughout our lives. Today, as we celebrate this achievement, let us take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to our teachers and parents. We say thank you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you all.
Thank you all of our students, for your kind words and speeches. So now we will present our graduates with their graduation certificates, which mark the completion of their education here at Sunnyview School. I would like to ask Mr. Roldan and Ms. Huntley, our excellent head and excellent deputy head of secondary, to join me on stage to present the certificates to our students. And I would just like to take this opportunity while they're coming up to thank Mr. Roldan and Ms. Huntley for leading the secondary department and for being committed to ensuring the success of all of our Year 13 students, and indeed of all of our students in secondary. Similarly, I would like to thank Ms. Mansell, Key Stage 5 Coordinator, and Ms. Gilfillan, Careers Advisor, who have both worked very closely with our students and have been of constant support to them all. I would also like to thank Blanca, who has organised the graduation for us. Let's give them a round of applause. Year 13, as I call your name out, please make your way up to the front of the stage, okay, to collect your certificate. María Adanero Serralbo. Aitana Botella Luque. Hug Brienes. Roberto Díaz Rincón Cobo. Liam George Gelsom. Marcos González del CID. Pablo Herrera Martínez. Sofía Nora Jiménez Martín. José Antonio Jiménez Nilarcam. Nikolai Kosberg. Marcus Otto Krauklies. Joel Oni Samuel Kilmama. Harshita Larenda Lalchandani Gajagwani. Sean Larson. Shaishan Lin Alba. I think that should have been Shai Xin, shouldn't it? Shai Xin. Blanco Muriel González. Rubén Puig Ventas. María Romero Cabrera. William Shenstrom Cano. Vlada Semakova. Beatriz Jane Walker Barbadillo. Shrilang San Sang. Thank you very much. Year 13, you should be very proud of your successes, and I'm sure your A-level results will reflect the hours of hard work you put into your studies. And we hope you'll come back and visit us whenever you have a spare moment in your busy schedules. Now we're going to show you a short video put together by Miss Mansell. So let's see if you recognize some of these faces.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling stronger. What's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you're gonna be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
fuerza de las batallas, no duele el golpe, no existe el miedo. Quítate el polvo, ponte de pie y vuelves al ruedo. Y la presión se siente, espera en ti tu gente. Ahora vamos por todo y te acompaña la suerte. Samina, mina, sangalegua, porque esto es África. Samina, mina, waka, waka, Samina, mina, sangalegua, porque esto es África. Esto es África. Samina, mina, waka, waka, Samina, mina, sangalegua, anawa, Samina, mina, waka, waka, Samina, mina, sangalegua, porque esto es África.
I'm well on my journey, biggie, biggie mama, 1 A to Z. Party to sell on my journey, biggie, biggie mama, from east to west. Party, waka, waka, my waka, waka, my Tango is summer, Zimbabwe. Cause this is Africa.
Samina, mina, anawa, samina, mina, samina, mina, anawa,
Samina, mina, waka, waka, Samina, mina, sangalegua, anawa, Samina, mina, waka, waka, Samina, mina, sangalegua, porque esto es África. Django, Django, Samina, mina, sangalegua, anawa, Django, Django, Samina, mina, sangalegua, anawa, porque esto es África, porque esto es África. That was very entertaining, wasn't it? That was lovely. So, we have now come to the end of our graduation ceremony. I would like to ask the Year 13 students to lead the way out in style, just as they came in, and we will follow you. And we would love you all to join us for a cocktail outside, which will be followed by dinner shortly afterwards for those of you who are staying. Have a lovely evening and a wonderful summer.
Stu you.